Yo, what it is. It's Key. I'm back. I'm in the building with another video, another 7,200 seconds podcast. And y'all know I got my co-host, the hardest working man on the network. Donte is everywhere. What's going on, Coop?
What's going on? What's going on, Key? Well, shout out to everybody. Spotlight Sports Network, the fam. Shout out to Coach in the background. Shout out to everybody. I'm ready to get it started. Another day of 7,200 seconds.
All right, and I got my guy from the Philly Talk podcast. Got my guy Robert on the show. What's going on, Robert?
Not too much. Just can't stop watching. Just gotta play my new intro on repeat. I can't. Dude, that's dope as fucking shit. I can. That's all I gotta say.
So let's get into it. Not too crazy today. I know Dante's favorite game we're not going to do today, but we're going to do something a little different. So it should be fun though. But let's get into some NFL news. Looks like judge rules on Deshawn Watson. He can be questioned under oath under 9 civil cases. So what is going to do for him? Dante, we're going to start with you, and then Dante after, and then Robert after Dante's done, you can go talk about it. So is this finally moving forward for Deshaun Watson?
I guess it is. I don't know what to think of it, but like I say, I'm not too big on talking about his court, issues, and stuff like that. But I guess this is a step moving forward. For him. I don't know if that's good and bad charges because I ain't never been in court before. So let the court elaborate upon that. But hey, it could be a step moving for him. Who knows about that?
All right, hold on, Robert. Before we move in, we got my guy Kyle in the background, newest guy here on the network. You've seen him on Saturday mornings for college hoops. Got my guy Kyle. What's going on, Kyle?
What's going on?
It's good.
All right, so we're just talking about Deshaun Watson. Go get your take in a second, Robert. What you think about it?
Right now, I'm with Dante. Like it's tough to really kind of judge and if it's in a good. If it's so what you say? What you say? He was questioned under oath. Is the question that you were asking?
He can be questioned under oath in 9 civil cases, mind you. He has 22, so they only doing 9 right now, I guess.
See. I don't know how to answer that. I'm with Dante. Like this is something that if he can find if there is, I'll just say this, because as a law and justice major in college, if his attorney and his side finds a lot of what do they call it, some evidence that proves that some of these cases are not there or the accusations are not there, I think he has the right to defend against that. But like you said, the fact that he's going to be questioned, he can be questioned under oath through 9 of the 22 cases against him. I don't know. Like that's going to be tough to really see. But if it's going in the right direction, I think there's a chance he might get all the stuff cleared out and get right back on the field.
Kyle, any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of them. 22 allegations. It's pretty severe. So we'll just see what his talent is. But I think he has a chance to play again. But we'll just see how it goes.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. These allegations, 22 counts. Finally, things are getting moving. Whether he's innocent, whether he's not, is he going to get on the field again? We don't know. So hopefully, things could be resolved in court. Again, more NFL news. Brian Flores finally gets his job. I didn't think he was going to get one, but shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they do hire Brian Flores, a defensive assistant coach and a linebackers coach. Robert, I'm going to start with you. How big is this for Pittsburgh?
I think this is very big, and I'll hold my hand up to it because I did drop a video saying he may not coach in the NFL again. So since Pittsburgh actually is making me eat my words, so I'll give Pittsburgh a lot of credit for that because it's like this shit's like, and like if you looked at the timeline of how this has gone on, it's like it's been a very crazy timeline. But I think Brian Flores, say what you want about him, I think he's still a good defensive coach to have. And the fact that Pittsburgh is giving him a chance as their linebackers, because let's be real, the only best linebacker they got is TJ Watt. If you can find a way to bring out more of their better linebackers other than just TJ Watt, and I think TJ Watt is probably going to be even better under Brian Flores. Good luck trying to stop TJ Watt. I think that's a good pickup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But just go get a goddamn quarterback.
Donte.
I'm gonna tell you, man, that's a scary combination when you have Mike Tomlin and Ryan Flores coaching on the same team. That's a scary coaching staff to go against, especially on the defensive side of the football. I mean, he's too good of a coach not to be coaching in the NFL, not to be coaching at no point of time. So again, that's a great hire by the Steelers. And man, that's going to be a tough defense to play. And just think about him with TJ Watt, Nika Fitzpatrick, and all of those defensive pieces, and Cameron Hayward, all of those guys that he got to work with. Hey, man, I'm telling you, it's a reason why the Steelers competitive every year because of the coaching stuff they got. Now you add Ryan Flores on that defense. Man, that is scary, bro. So people got to look out, man. Look out in the AFC North. Steelers going to still be competitive. I feel like they just need that quarterback, man. They just need that quarterback.
And of course, Tay-Rock Talking Sports is behind the scenes. I brought him up and I'm about to take him back out. My bad.
Yeah, my homie cleaning in the background. So if y'all have a vacuum cleaner, I'm just gonna mute myself.
Hold on. Where'd he go? All right.
Yeah,
my bad.
I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, she kicked me out again.
But we talking about Brian Flores getting a job with Pittsburgh. Is that a good move or not?
Yes, most definitely. That's definitely a good move. I respect the move because that just made the Steelers that much better. I feel like with that addition, the way he coached, I feel like they're gonna have a different philosophy, and I feel like the Steelers probably gonna be better this year. Well, it all depends on the quarterback play. You said the defense probably pretty much do their job, but it all depends what the offense is going to do. But I feel like that coaching it definitely helped the Steelers and that coaching stuff out at the same time.
Kyle?
Yeah.
I can't hear him.
I think his mic went out.
Yeah, he was my pick for the Bears head coach position and the offense coordinator. So it's a great pickup, just veteran depth to help the Steelers defense.
All right. I mean, definitely, because I'm with Robert. I didn't think only because he's suing the NFL. He said he don't got no hard feelings against Bill Belichick. I didn't think they was going to give him a job. I thought he was going to be blackballed throughout this NFL, but Steelers gave him a shot. Definitely a good defense with him, a defensive minded person that he is. Definitely will help that linebacking core, and he's the defensive assistant coach as well. So it's great for Brian Flores to get another job. Now the XFL has agreed to partner with the NFL, so they're going to be testing out rules, safety. Is this a good look for the XFL to partner up with the NFL? Tay-Rock, I'm gonna start with you. All right, Robert, I'm going to start with you then.
I think so, because if you think about it, like the fact that even with the original, before the pandemic shut down the XFL, you could see like the potential different like rules that were in place. Like, except like in the NFL, you had the extra point. Like the XFL, you had, I think for 10 yards is like 1 point, 20 yards is 2, and I think 30 yards is like 3. So I think that's very interesting. Plus, it gives you a lot of time to have your practice. Since your practice guys can't play, you got the XFL, so you can just let them get down there, get reps in, try to get some, let them play. I mean, I think this is a great opportunity for both leagues to really, and plus it will bring them a shit ton of money. That's another thing that I've been kind of saying to say the money that they're going to bring in is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I did like the XFL back in the day. He hate me. Dante, what you think?
I think it's a pretty solid, okay move. They both can definitely make a lot of money. Again, man, like I said, I think it's a pretty decent move, man. I think they both can be able to work together. I think players you're gonna see a lot of players get a lot of more opportunities, especially if they don't make it in the NFL. They can always go there and should get an opportunity, and then all of a sudden, opportunity to come back up as well. I think it's an okay move. I think it's pretty solid.
T-Rock?
What was the question? Because I didn't really hear it because the vacuum was kind of loud.
No, you good. So the XFL, they're partnering with the NFL. So they're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
test
I heard
out.
about that.
They're gonna test out rules, safety, anything
I don't
that
really
needs to.
got too much to really say about it. I just say they just bet not fold this time.
I
Really,
mean, they
because
got the rock. They got the rock behind that now. I don't know how much
yeah,
folding they can do with the rock.
yeah, well, yeah. See, my coworker was like, you might just make it. You might just make it a G League for the NFL. They're not trying to do it. That don't make no sense. Yeah, right. That should be the G. But that's a good option. That should be like it. For what if they're not gonna make it a pipeline? That's true. That don't make no sense. See, my coworkers involved too. See what I'm saying? That would be something like a G League for the NFL. That'd be like the XFL, the players that know. You know what I'm saying? That would be crazy though. That never thought about it like that.
I mean, but they got the USFL. I feel like that's a G League.
But you don't really hear much about the USFL. You're gonna hear
That's
way
because they
more
just
about the
brought it back.
XFL. Yeah, you're gonna hear more about the XFL.
Them niggas they hate Jim McMahon and they hate Donald Trump. That's why they helping them now because McMahon done sold. That was his second go round. They can't stand even one of them niggas. That's why they don't got no team. They could have been that team. They sold it to the Indian nigga.
Yeah.
When they kicked the Panther ball out, they sold it to the other ball. They don't fuck with them niggas like that. They don't. Donald Trump thought he would have been had a team. They don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Jim McMahon, he worked $3 billion. They don't fuck with it.
There go my answer.
You know what I'm saying?
There go my answer right there.
They want control. That's what that's about. You know how NFL play.
But there you go.
Kyle, anything to add to the XFL NFL partnership?
Not really. It's just I kind of compare it to, like he said, G League of the NBA of the NFL. It's a great move. That's about it.
All right, so we're going to talk about the free agency market a little bit, but this week we're going to do quarterbacks. Next week we'll do another position and everything else. But the quarterbacks, there's not too many on this list, but I still feel it's enough of them to go around. Y'all let me know where they would fit and what's a good spot for him. Mitchell Trubisky could get another shot at a starting quarterback. You know, he was a backup to Josh Allen. Does he get picked up? Does he stay with Buffalo? Does he get a starting job? Tay-Rock, I'm going to start with you. Who you think would be a good fit for Mitchell Trubisky?
The Jets.
Jesus Christ.
You know why I say the Jets? you know why I say the Jets? It's because he can, if they give him weapons, because he wasn't that bad in Chicago. He wasn't that bad. He took him to the playoffs before. He's not a bad quarterback. He's better than some of the average quarterbacks that's in the league. You just haven't seen him play in a while. But I feel like if he goes to the Jets and they give him weapons, they can restructure that team because I feel like he's better than Zach Wilson.
Purgatory hell for quarterbacks to die. Kyle, it used to be your starting QB over there with the Bears. You think he gets another shot somewhere else?
Yeah, that one hurts. But wait, Justin Fields now, so I'm not too worried. I'm gonna say Detroit. Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Wants some revenge on us. Probably he wants to show us that we made a big mistake in dropping him and going somewhere else to prove he belongs.
Robert, where you think Mitchell Trubisky could go?
Okay, so we got the Jets, Detroit. See, I'm trying to think of it. I'm going to say Carolina because I don't think Sam Darnold, and that's another team that I feel like. I think another team that I feel like. I think Trubisky. I think he can take his talents there because you guys still got Robbie Anderson, who I don't know who. But who knows if
more.
are they going to trade with Christian McCaffrey? Who knows if they're going to move on from him? There's going to be some big question marks, but I do think Carolina. I feel like it could be a good fit. Could be a good solid piece. I mean, it could be at least somewhat of an upgrade from Sam Darnold, who's regressing tremendously, and it's really shown that he's become. I have to say, but he's shown becoming a bust.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you have Ben. Oh my God, Ben. And that's another problem that I have at Carolina. Why would you hire Ben McAdoo? That's another problem that I have. But that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
Some USC quarterbacks.
Donte, where's Trubisky gonna go?
I got two places right here. Broncos, and it was another place that I had on my mind too. But Broncos for sure, because they need to figure out their quarterback situation. He might start in Denver. He might start in Denver. And I had one more situation popped in my head, but he can be a backup at that current situation. Oh, Washington Commanders. That's who it is. He can, in case they're not sold on Taylor Heinicke, he can be a backup there, and he can take up flat. Plus, he's still a little bit young, So I got Washington to be a backup in, potential starter at Denver. Then they may still get a quarterback in the draft in the later rounds. So a potential starter in Denver and backup in Washington just to put the pressure on Heinicke.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Washington, yeah.
Arku said Kirk Cousins can end up in Carolina. Could be interesting.
Could be. You never know. You never know how this NFL is. You just never know. People always wait to the last minute to see what they're going to do.
Marcus Mariota.
Oh.
Be honest with you, I don't. That guy. Go ahead, Coach.
Mariota, where you think he can land up?
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say it's tough. So because the first options you think of, I think Carolina. I go Carolina for Marcus Mariota. I'm gonna kind of mix it up on these quarterbacks. I don't want to keep putting them in the same spot. So I'm gonna go Mariota at Carolina. I think he can be a capable backup or probably even coming there and start. It just depends on. I don't like Sam Darnold as a quarterback. I think he had his time to show what he can do and he failed. So I'm gonna go with Mariota at Carolina. I'm gonna go with him at Carolina.
Robert, do you see Mariota starting again, or is he gonna be a backup for someone?
Well, I think he could be another starter since I'm going to go. I would agree with M85. I think Seattle is another team that's looking for a quarterback because I think Russ is going to be going out. Is done with Seattle. So I think I could see Mariota going there, to really be that starting quarterback. Because I think he's got good, decent talent. Just like he's got to put it all together though. That's the thing. I mean, the attributes are there. I mean, obviously with the Raiders, kind of what they used him as kind of like, not say like a Taysom Hill, but kind of in that some gadget plays in that role. I think he is a decent starting quarterback, but I think Seattle, I think as a one team, I think he might. I mean, Seattle might take a chance on.
Kyle, where you see Mariota possibly going?
I have two. My for sure favorite would be the Broncos. They need a quarterback. Just figure it out, toss some guys in. My dark horse is the 49ers. I don't think they like Trey Lance too much. You saw that kind of this year because I thought he would get a chance with Jimmy G struggling. So I think 49ers as a dark horse.
There you go, Tay-Rock. Possibly y'all can get Mariota.
Man, Mariota not even going to be in the league in the next 2 years. Yeah, and that's just how I look at it because he don't get no playing time. He don't do nothing. That man probably won't even be honest with you. I can see him on a few teams, but I don't even think he's going to be in the league within the next 2 years. To be honest with you, Mike. If he do, he's going to be a backup somewhere, but I just don't know where. But to be honest with you, I just really don't think within the next 2 to 3 years, I don't think he's even going to be in the league. If he is, he's going to be like a coach or something.
Dang, you kicking Mariota out? He not no backup nowhere?
But I believe he can. Like I said, he could be a backup for almost any team. But I feel like because you look at because even in Tennessee, like he barely got any shine there. Any team besides the Raiders, he haven't really played nowhere. Where has he really played for? For you haven't really seen him since the Raiders like really do anything. So I don't. I just feel like he gonna be like another RG3 and be out the league.
Teddy Bridgewater. I know he was up there in Denver. Um, Damien says Mariota to XFL.
Could be a possibility because I
Um,
mean,
Robert, where's Bridgewater go?
oh shit. Because he's already been with the Vikings. He's been with the Saints. Has he been with the Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, he's been with the Saints.
he
Okay, he's
was
been,
with
he's
them.
been, oh, that's a good one. That's a tough one. Oh shit. As much as I want to see Detroit because I think he could be a decent backup to Jared Goff, but I think he could be I think he's a little bit better than Goff in my honest opinion. I think with this because they got some potential weapons there with Amon St. Brown, a couple of, and TJ Hawkinson over there in Detroit. I think Detroit is where I see Teddy Bridgewater going.
Kyle, any places for Teddy?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, okay. I didn't really
I
think.
like that
Shit, I
place.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he can move around. Spread the ball. He's got great weapons, so there's really no excuse for him failing. And he's better than Kyle Trask, so I think he can the shot.
Dante.
Damn, Max.
I'm 1,000,000% agree with that. No quarterback over there. Kyle Trask over there. You got weapons, so it's no excuse for him to fail. I got three options. I got Tampa Bay. Definitely agree with Max. New York to put some pressure on Daniel Jones and my Houston Texans to teach Davis Mills to grow up Davis Mills, teach him how to become a legit pro, and especially if he struggles, you can throw Teddy Bridgewater up and down to help develop Davis Mills to build off that very good season that Davis Mills pretty much had as a fourth round pick, being a second best rookie. I think he will be a great help backup for the Houston Texans. But I love those options, man. So I got Houston, I got Giants, and Tampa Bay is a great fit. He possibility can start in Tampa Bay with those weapons, so he has no reason to fail or with these weapons. Now, he also does a great job of protecting the football. He really doesn't turn the ball over that much, but he doesn't throw it down the field. So, but he's good as long as you protect the football and give that good defense a chance. You should be out. He should be fine. He should be definitely fine, barring no more injuries.
Tay-Rod.
Then in the Giants, I think he stayed where he at.
In Denver?
Yeah, because they wasn't doing that bad until he got hurt. They were actually pushing for a playoff run until he got hurt. When he got hurt, that's when everything went down. I feel like if he didn't get hurt, they would have made the playoffs. So I feel like other than the Giants, he should stay because and plus you get Jerry Judy back, KJ Hamler comes back, so he's going to have the weapons. So I feel like the best situation for him if he doesn't go to the Giants or somewhere else, he should stay in Denver.
Let's see. Tyrod Taylor. I know he's a good backup. I know he was a starter over there with Houston. Dante, do you think he stays or do he go somewhere else to be a potential?
No, I don't think he stayed. You got replaced by Davis Mills. That should tell you something. And I know, like after the hamstring injury, he was nowhere near the same again. After that injury, he was playing some of his best football as a pro. Before that hamstring injury in Cleveland, he was out playing Baker Mayfield. But after that hamstring injury, he came back against the Dolphins. He shit the bed against the Miami Dolphins. Ain't no way in where the defense forced 5 turnovers. You still lose that game because of the quarterback play, and that because of him. We lose against the New York Jets because he couldn't really throw the football down the field. So again, Davis Mills replaced him. He has a better year than him. After you get replaced by a rookie, there's no coming back from that. So Tyrod Taylor, I think he will be another good fit for the New York Giants. A backup to put some pressure around Daniel Jones. But again, you don't have an offensive line. So he could get hurt again. But I was thinking, I was thinking the Broncos. The Broncos. He has weapons. He has weapons over there as well. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Bronco. I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos for him. Probably being a starting quarterback, or he can either be a backup. Either way.
All right. Fitzpatrick, does he just retire or he go to another team? Anybody can take the floor on this one.
I think he should retire. I think the fact that he lasted as long as he did is very surprising. Because usually quarterbacks don't usually like last after like what 5 seasons or what, or I mean, unless you're not Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, all that stuff. But the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick lasted longer, lingered around, he did that he did in the league, especially playing with like many teams, like obviously the Jets, Miami, pretty much other teams. I think he should just hang it up because I think his time has run out in the league. I mean, the league's getting younger, and quarterbacks like him kind of don't really are is pretty much done for. I mean, look, I respect him, but I think he just needs to hang it up. And that too from Max. And with Tyrod too, I think another team I think he could be good for Tampa Bay, because I don't think Blaine Gabbert or Kyle Trask is ready. So I think give Tyrod a chance over in Tampa Bay because he got the weapons over there at the same time.
Tyrod should. I think they should bring him back in New Orleans because he was having a good season before he got hurt. I'll bring him back in New Orleans just to see what he could do if he doesn't get hurt. But I feel like Tyrod going to be one of them players that's going to be out the league soon too. If you getting replaced by a rookie, that don't look good. That don't look good at all.
Well, the Saints are in cap hell, so they couldn't sign anybody if they wanted to.
That's
why I said they might well just bring Jameis back.
And then got Sam Darnold.
Shit!
On Sam Darnold, is he a starter in this league, or does he get moved to backup?
Nobody.
I don't think no one's taking a chance on him. I think Donte brought up a good point. Like, how long has he been in the league? What, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be. I think I'm going to go say with Tay-Rock. I think someone like Darnold, I feel he's going to be out in the league in the next 2 years. Just I can see that happening because I don't think. And like Donte said, Darnold has tried to show what he has, and it failed. Obviously he was with the Jets to start his career, even though they didn't do anything to help him, and Carolina didn't do really anything to help him. So I mean, he was okay in Carolina, but he was just not I just feel like I feel like he's kind of done. I feel like he's going to be. I say either the next year or the year after, he's going to be out of the league. I can pretty much seen that happening.
Max said, "Do y'all think Cam will come back?"
Oh, geez, I think he should. I think he should just hang it up too, because I think with all the injuries that he has, especially what he has suffered, I think at times it's limited. I feel like it's really kind of getting the. I think is the injury history that Cam has. I think is really about to cut his career done in the NFL. I mean, he's still a good quarterback. I'm not going to hold it against him, but the fact that he even though going back to Super Bowl 50, so like was he like 6'4", 6'5", 2 something, like 250 plus, and you can't dive on the fucking football at the biggest game of the year. The fact that you can't do. I mean, I don't know, man. Those are two quarterbacks. I feel like they're going to be out of the league very soon.
Damien says Darnold never had an O-line to protect him. I mean, he had an okay line in Carolina. What was his excuse?
Yeah, true.
He had weapons in Carolina.
So if Aaron Rodgers does leave, where do y'all think he's going?
Oh my God, who knows? Who knows with him? He already came out on Pat McAfee said he hasn't made his decision yet, and Max is gonna grow old waiting for his decision.
Pretty much, I think everybody is.
Honestly, I don't know where Aaron's gonna go. Honestly,
the one rumor that I don't believe, that I really don't believe, is Tom Brady come out of retirement. He's gonna come to the 49ers. I don't believe that. The only way I will believe that if I see it. That's the only way I believe that.
I just feel like that's where smoke, there's fire.
So I feel like he could play for his home team, play 1 year, hometown team, try to win the Super Bowl. If he don't, retire, stay retired, and keep it moving. But that's only if he does it. But I don't believe he's coming out of retirement. I think he's going to stay retired.
And we got one more topic in the NFL before we move on. So the NFL Combine, they still got the the COVID-19 protocol in place. Apparently, some draftees was going to boycott. Because I think you can only have one trainer, the medical staff. I think your agent can't come in, something in that nature. But that's crazy that they would boycott. Don, did you think about that?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Me and Eric, we talked about that earlier. They immediately said they're not going to do it. But like I say, man, let's give people some opportunities to show what they can do, how they perform in the draft, man. I don't want them to boycott the, combine because, man, you want to see what prospects is going to pan out. You want to see what they're going to do on that 40 times, their broad jump. You want to see all that. So I'm definitely glad they came out and said they're not boycotting it after yesterday. They said they were doing it, but they shut it down quick. I want to touch on the Sam Donald stuff right here. The guy's not good at all. He's a backup. No excuses. I'm not putting it on the offensive line all the time when your quarterback only throws 7 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That's not on the offensive line. He got benched in New York. Only scored 5 points against the New York Giants and got benched. The man is not a great quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. Let's stop making excuses for him. When he has times in the pocket, he just don't know how to get the ball to those great wide receivers. If you want to say Christian McCaffrey is hurt, Hubbard came in and he was still very good. The running game still was actually good when Hubbard was in the game. So I'm not making no excuses for Sam Donald. He's a backup. He's just not a good quarterback. And 7 and 11, if you're going to defend that, then I don't know what people be watching.
Kyle, any thoughts about the combine? I know the draft is coming up and everything. Everybody wants to see what these guys can do.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, why would they boycott on a draft that you can improve your team and, look at the sleepers and, get your team better to win a championship like Patrick Mahomes drafted 13th, miss out a guy on him and you're where the Bears are right now. So it was kind of ridiculous to me, and I'm glad that they shut it down.
All right, so that was your NFL portion. We're going to move it on to the NBA. Of course, we all know the All-Star game was this weekend. Steph Curry went off 50 points, and Team LeBron won 163 to 160.
Jeez.
LeBron had all the shooters on his team. He had Giannis. He had all the scorers. He had Giannis. He had himself. He had Steph. And then on Durant's side, you had Booker. You had Embiid with 36. Now, if Durant played, I feel like Team Durant would have won. Now, if Durant's team won, would Steph still had been MVP, or would they give it to Embiid, who had 36 points?
You got to still give it to Curry because he had a record for the All-Star game. He didn't have the most points for the All-Star game, but he had a record to the point where I don't think nobody's going to really do that again in the All-Star game like that. This man hit almost 23s. He had 16. How hard it is, 16 threes. And they were starting, and they were doing it while they were playing defense on him. And he was just pulling up from everywhere. So if you 16 threes. What?
That's unheard of. Then again, that's a normal day at the office for Steph Curry. So I mean,
not 16.
But
he
shit,
16 to 25. Just imagine.
God damn.
Half of those.
Just imagine if he'd have hit 20.
Oh boy, I think at this point, man, he's probably going to go down probably one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time.
Ain't nobody beating his record.
There's no hell.
He already had that title.
But the fact that he's already it gets speechless. It's just like 16 fucking threes in the All-Star game. Holy shit.
He the cheat code.
It's like playing NBA 2K with all the like custom sliders up on for you as a user.
If you play 2K or Hall of Fame, he does that.
Oh, definitely.
He really does that. I'd be mad. I'd be having to chase his little behind around.
So Donte, did you like the 3-point shootout? Did you see Cat splashing?
Yeah, I thought everything was I thought everything was okay, except the dunk contest. Except the dunk contest got to be worst top 2 dunk contest of all time. So again, yeah, I thought it was good to see Cat go out there, hit 28 threes, hit 28 threes, and show why he's definitely the best shooting big man in the league. And by the way, Damian, Tua had a 67 completion percentage. What a bad offensive line. So that negates your excuse. That's not an excuse. 67 completion percentage with a terrible offensive line. 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's an average touchdown interception ratio, but it's still through 67% completion percentage. That's very high. That was first in the National Football League. Come on now.
Tua is way better than damn Darnold. Donte was Max said Jalen Green.
Dylan Green, I wasn't too upset about it, but golly, that dunk contest got to be better, bro. The creativity was just god awful. I thought the dunk creativity was actually good. The execution though was terrible. Nobody couldn't really get nowhere with those dunks. And then you tried it about 3 or 4 times. You ain't had no plan to try to switch everything up. I thought it was the creativity. Like when Cole Anthony threw the ball off the backboard and did a 360, the thought process was very good, but execution was bad. Jalen Green, the side backboard, the execution was very good, but the thought process was good. Execution was terrible. The execution was just terrible. Obi Toppin he won his dunk contest without getting a 50. That's terrible. Come on, man. That's
Because
garbage.
it just feel like the dunk contest has been kind of going downhill the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, give or take.
Do it.
No,
The
And the
main
fact that
person we want to see in this dunk contest don't want to do it.
not gonna lie,
Ja Morant.
it's just not as fun as it used to be. Like go back to 2000 when Vince Carter was still actually like for me, I feel like Vince Carter kind of defined the dunk contest. I think that's where everybody cut. It's just like and like Donte said, like the creativity and the execution is just piss poor. You know, the fact that Cole Anthony wants to dunk in Timberlands, like what the hell are you? What is like?
It was a meme on Facebook. They was like Huey Riley did it first.
I was like, damn.
but I can't say the dunk contest went down for like 4 or 5 years because that Levine versus Gordon matchup was good.
Shit, I forgot about Levine. Damn.
That Gordon dunk contest, that was good between them two. So that was like 2-3 years ago.
Aaron,
So
Aaron Gordon got robbed.
Yeah.
He should have won that.
Yeah.
Did he like dump over?
Andre Iguodala should have won his slam dunk contest.
That's why Aaron Gordon stopped participating. He got robbed at first. That second year he got robbed. Was
he with still the Magic at the time?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. When he
he got robbed.
Yeah. It's still like you said. I mean, obviously another when even Iguodala got robbed, that kind of pissed me off because it's like really you have some like a former Sixer want to try to at least do something, and I think he still has what's left in the tank. It's just like I don't know. There's creativity in the piss and this execution is just super piss poor. And I don't blame him for those who don't want to compete in the 3-point or the dunk contest because it's been kind of garbage.
It's like you got to find people, and then it was like, should they pay Ja Morant should they pay Ja Morant to be in the slam dunk contest?
No, that's like put a Bad News Bears of basketball players together in the dunk contest.
Yeah, what's the dude named Jordan something? That one dude that be doing a little scorpion dunk. They said they should put him in.
Oh, what the hell is it?
What, Jordan Poole?
No,
Jordan Kilcannon. That's his name.
Yeah, he nice at dunking. He out dunk a lot of them NBA players. He got a lot of crazy creations when it comes to dunks. And they were talking about it on I forgot what network they were talking about. They were saying they should let certain people that can actually really dunk get into it instead of having sometimes the NBA players do it. Have like you get a bunch of the top dunkers that have a slam dunk contest like that. It'd be better.
or go out and bring some people in. I mean, if you can't get the NBA players to dunk, why not have somebody else come in and dunk? That'll be crazy. Now the controversial list that I'm about to go through now.
Oh boy.
The NBA 70 top 75 list. I'm going to run down this list. Y'all gonna let me know who should be in, who should be in, who shouldn't be in. I'm afraid to even ask this question here. So that not Damien wants to know. I get why everyone hates the Pro Bowl. We're not even talking about the NFL. I hate the fact that everybody likes the Pro Bowl because they don't show any heart or competitiveness. Now, how is it the other stars are any different because the weekend's there with no competition at all? Wait, what? The Pro Bowl was a big old. It should be just flag football. Forget the pads. Forget everything. Just put the flags on them and let them play flag football. Because everything you do is it's a foul. At least the All Star game was kind of competitive. I mean, it was 160 to 163. I mean, that's not a blowout like it usually is. Um, Max said, put a couple million on the line, winner take all. Man, I can see. Yeah, let them play for something. It might be better. But let me go down this list. So you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Ray Allen, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Carmelo Anthony, Nate Archibald. You got Paul. Give me a second. Where the hell? You got Paul Arizin, Charles Barkley, Rick Barry, Ellen Bajer. You got Dave Bing, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Will Chamberlain, Bob Cousy, Dave Goggins, Billy Cunningham, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, Dave Bucieri. If I said that name wrong, I'm sorry. Clyde Drexler, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Julius Irvin, Patrick Irvin, Walt Frazier, KG, Eric, George Gervin, Hal Greer, James Harden, James Halvick, Elvin Hayes, AI, LeBron, Magic, Sam Jones, MJ, Jason Kidd, Kawhi Leonard. Then you got Damian Lillard, Jerry Lucas, Karl Malone, Moses Malone, Pete Maravich, Bob McAdoo, Kevin McHale, George Mikan, Reggie Miller. You got Earl Monroe, Steve Nash, Dirk, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Robert Parrish, Chris Paul, Gary Payton, Bob Pettit, Paul Pierce, and the final row is going to be Scottie Pippen, Willis Reed, Oscar Robertson, David Robertson, Dennis Rodman, Bill Russell, Dolph Scabies, Bill Sherman, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Nate Thurman, Wes Onsed, Dwayne Wade, Bill Walton, Jerry West, Russell Westbrook,
Oh
Lenny
Jesus.
Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins, and James Worthy. Who shouldn't be on this list?
Westbrook. Well, that's tough though. There's some like great names up there. Like I see that's really tough to tell because it's like you got Kareem, probably one of the probably the best player that ever done the sky, probably the best hook in the game during his time. You had Oscar Robertson is another good player over in his playing time. You got both Malone's Carl Malone. I mean, was he a power forward? Oh God, what was he?
Yeah.
Powerful. You guys got Moses Malone, probably one of the best centers at the time for the 76ers. And was Dr. J on that list?
Yep.
He's another guy I don't know. That is really tough to call.
But do you think Westbrook should be on this list?
I say for Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't think Russell Westbrook should be on there because you got guys and like some great Hall of Famers on that NBA 75.
Damian said Westbrook or Harden should be on this list. I don't think Westbrook should be on this list. Why?
I mean, I think Harden has proved that he could be on the 70.
MVP.
I disagree. I disagree with two people on that list, but one of them is going to crack the list at some point. That's going to be Westbrook and Dame.
Okay.
Tracy McGrady should be on the list.
Oh, I forgot about Tracy McGrady.
Should be on that list.
That's what annoyed me.
Like I say, Tracy McGrady. I know injuries kind of derailed him in Houston, but by the time he got the kind of Houston, it felt like he was kind of worn out. People forgot how that much better McGrady was when he was with Orlando, and he didn't have a team of really actually around him to help him out. People must forgot this man lost. This man won 19 games, and Tracy McGrady was basically down there all air 19 wins, basically. People must have forgot the 60 points he dropped against Kobe Bryant.
Oh my God, I remember. Oh God, I remember that.
When one of the greatest players in top 5 players of all time say that Tracy McGrady is the toughest guy, that's the toughest guy probably much to guard, that says something. So I think McGrady should have been on this list. I know the injuries kind of killed him and ended his career early, but he was kind of worn out in Toronto. In Orlando. He leaves Toronto. He leaves Toronto.
Now, I know Damian's smoking now.
In the very next year, he's a great scorer already. And Vince Carter come out and said that if we had McGrady that year, we beat 76ers, which is I probably believe that with that extra score. With that extra score right there with Tracy McGrady.
Absolutely.
I think Tracy McGrady deserves a spot on that 75. I really don't think Russell Westbrook or Dame should deserve a spot. And I definitely agree with James Harden, man. It's 10 years in Houston. You mean to tell me that's not better than Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook, them 10 years in Houston? You mean to tell me a person impact your team that much that you don't even make it to a damn finals anymore? That you don't make it to a down finals anymore?
Yeah, I mean, and
hold up, Robert. Let Donte finish.
Yeah, I mean, again, man, that's a strong case. For James Harden and T-Mac, that's a strong case. And T-Mac entered the Hall of Fame before Vince Carter did. He entered the Hall of Fame pretty much before he did. So come on, man.
Vince Carter even on that list.
Oh, Vince is.
I think Vince Carter should be on the list. Vince Carter deserves a spot.
Oh my God! That triggers me.
It's better than Vince. So T-Mac was going to get in before Vince. Vince is really only known for a dunker. His overall game is not really praised that much. T-Mac was going to get in before Vince anyway. That was going to happen. Vince is one of those players that played a long time but just stayed good. T-Mac was a different type of talent. It showed. I don't care if they family or not. T-Mac was going to get in before Vince any day. I'm sorry. And that year, it was just, I don't care if Vince Carter was there. That Sixers team just had it that year. I feel like it still wouldn't have been no change in the outcome.
Yeah, T-Mac was just as better. Just as better just as better as his cousin. If not better. He shot better. He assisted better. He rebounded better. He rebounded better. He did just as better as his cousin, as Vince Carter. Now, Vince Carter in his career, he gained a better shot. He gained a better jump shot. But, I mean, Tracy McGrady was that fucking dude in Orlando. He was that fucking dude in Orlando for the past couple of years in Houston.
I just said T-Mac.
I was agreeing with you.
I thought you were saying, hold on. But I'm still going to put AI over T-Mac. I'm sorry.
And think about this too. Like we could have had trade, and I saw this. I just actually read about this too. We could have traded for Tracy McGrady. And think about the team that we could have had with Tracy McGrady, but unfortunately that didn't was the case. But I don't know, man. That's just
we could have got him the Spurs too, but they blocked him.
Yeah, I've read about that too.
Kyle, who shouldn't be on this list, and who should be on this list?
I feel like T-Mac, like I said, I feel like T-Mac should be on there. Yao should be on there, even though Yao hurt him. I feel like Yao did play.
Forgot about Yao. Probably the best Houston Rockets big man. Well, probably one of them.
He was dominant, so I feel like Yao should be on there. For the most part, I can't really say none of the old guys because I never really seen them play. But I know Sam Jones, he got 10 rings. I feel like with 10 rings alone, you already on there. You know what I'm saying? He was a big part of them 10 rings that he won with Boston because he played with a little bit with Russell and a little bit with Bird and them. So that's like 5 and 5. But I can't really take too many people off because a lot of those players was breaking their time. So it's hard to really snub somebody, take somebody off for somebody. I'm sorry, Kyrie. No, I don't believe Kyrie should be in there because Kyrie, for me. Now, if Kyrie and LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland and still won another championship, maybe. But it seems like everywhere Kyrie goes, it doesn't work now. If we went to Boston and then go to Brooklyn, it's okay, but it's not really working too much. But who else? Who else they had up there? I feel like Ginobili should be up there. Ginobili should have been on that 75. I would, like I said, Game. I would have took Game over and put Ginobili.
Isn't Tony Parker on that list?
Yeah, he got snubbed.
Jesus!
I would put Ginobili over Parker because Ginobili.
I put them both on because I think there was two great
You
players.
want to put Ginobili over a starter?
No, over Parker.
Over Parker over a starter?
They're both good players.
Why? Let me tell you the difference between Ginobili and Parker. Parker runs the offense. Ginobili can get a bucket. And don't get me wrong, Parker can get a bucket, but when you really need a bucket when Tim Duncan not around, Ginobili
was that guy.
It wasn't Parker. Parker ran an offense. If you needed a big bucket, Ginobili was there for you. You could ask my brother. I've watched many of Spurs games where Tim Duncan or somebody else had to get bailed out and Ginobili stepped it up. Don't get me wrong. Parker has his moments, but the overall player, Ginobili is a better overall player than Parker. Parker is just one of those point guards that can run the shit out of an offense.
He's basically a facilitator, basically.
If you don't have a point guard that can do that, then you can't win games. If you don't have a point
that
guard
is true. That is very true.
You don't have a guard that can do that. And Damian said Horace Grant, hell no, not a role player. Come on, bro. Chill out. These are the all-time 75 greatest players of the NBA. They're nowhere near. These guys are nowhere near these guys up there. Come on, man. No, not a role player, bro. Don't do that. Horace Grant is good, but no, come on. We can't just go by championships. We can't just go by championships, bro. Everybody want to go by championships. No, it's not championships. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, I like Kawhi Leonard, but goddamn, he gets hurt most of goddamn Tracy McGrady. He's been out for goddamn couple of two damn years. But McGrady can get on the list. He's been out for half his career.
But the difference with that is Kawhi got a defensive player of the year and 2 championships. That's why.
But that's what people seem to mess up at too. That's like people's statement too. They want to put championships in it. Championships doesn't define how great of a player you are, bro. But doesn't define that though.
Defensive player of the year.
McGrady was also a great defender as well. But I understand why they got him on the list. Kawhi Leonard is a superstar. When he's healthy, he's a superstar, and he deserves to be on the list. But he has more injuries than goddamn anybody in the league. He almost missed 2 years. He done missed 2 years. 2 years out.
Now, Anthony Davis get more hurt than him. Kawhi just have longevity.
No, I agree with Kawhi on the list, but I think McGrady should be on the list. I think McGrady should be on that list.
AI said that.
All right, hold up. Let me gotta get Kyle's take in here. Kyle, who'd you think?
Yeah, Russ Westbrook. He had great years in Thunder. Led him when Harden wasn't there. You could debate it. I'd say he's right on 75. And then T-Mac should be in there. Manu, he could be on there, but I'd say no. I think Tony Parker belongs. Another one is Klay Thompson.
Okay.
And because I think Klay Thompson was one of the best 3-point shooting outings that we've ever seen, and I think he belongs on that list.
I'm one person that's not on this list that should be on this list. How are you not gonna have Bill Russell on this list?
Bill, are you serious? Bill Russell's not on that list?
Bill Russell's not on this list.
Who?
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell's on it. They announced Bill Russell. He's on that list. You gotta have Bill Russell.
I didn't read it.
Yeah, Bill Russell on there. He's on. We're seeing him. He's on there. You can't have Kareem.
Oh, my bad. I was about to have a fit. I see it. I was about to say, but no, I don't think Westbrook should be on this list.
It's not Bill Russell.
My bad. I'm sorry. I can't read. Knowing out his name and didn't see it. I was about to say, hold up, Bill ain't on this list.
I was like, hold up, pump your brakes, NBA.
But no, I don't think Westbrook should be on this list. I know Dwight Howard had a fit that he's not on this list. No, Dwight, you shouldn't be on this list.
No.
So we go since Parker got championships. Is he a better player than T-Mac? Is he a better player than Tracy McGrady?
They play 2 different positions.
No, I'm just saying, is he a better player than is he a better player than Tracy McGrady though? Since he got championships, he's a better player.
No,
Thank you,
not-
Tay-Rod. Thank you for your honesty.
he's
Thank you for
not.
the honesty. I was
See, the thing is, the reason why I say AI better than T-Mac because they were the same type of player. AI was just smaller. They were attackers. Tony Parker was a pass first guard, but he could score. T-Mac wasn't a really. He was a passer, but he wasn't really a passer back.
Tay-Rod, I'm gonna add. I asking Damian a question. Is Tony Parker better than Tracy McGrady? Since you want to bring up championships. Well, you want to bring up people want to bring up Robert Horry because he got 7 titles. Is he better than Tracy McGrady?
Shooting wise, his jump shot better.
Yeah, but overall game, we're talking
Big
about
shot
overall
five.
game. You can be better than one thing. You're gonna be better. You're gonna be better in one aspect. It's shooting. You're gonna be better than one aspect. Is he a better overall player than Tracy McGrady? Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate it, man.
No, Tony Parker really not, and a lot of people is really not. I just feel like you really can't compare Tony and T-Mac because they play totally 2 different type of games. Like I see if Tony Parker was like more of a scoring guard, then I would compare him. But I would rather compare Ginobili and T-Mac because they were more of an attack.
Yeah, y'all Damien ain't got no defense. Why y'all even going back and forth with him?
Ginobili better than T-Mac. Okay, David, because he got titles. Okay, he a better player than T-Mac. I get.
Well, who a better player than T-Mac?
That's what Damien's saying.
Ginobili.
Because he got championship. That's the only reason he better.
I'm going to say this, and I'm not being biased. I don't feel like T-Mac is that much better than Ginobili though, because Ginobili he can shoot and he can take it to the rack. The thing that was so special about T-Mac, he was long. And he was able to attack the rim. Be honest with you, T-Mac's weakest link was his shooting. For T-Mac didn't have a great jump shot. He just knew how to manage a jump shot. I've seen T-Mac have 30, 40 points and struggle shooting, but the majority of his scoring
Tracy McGrady is way better than Ginobili. I'm sorry to say. It's just because he got a better jump shot and Ginobili was a 6-man. Come on, man. I believe McGrady just that much better. Just that much better.
I don't feel like T-Mac up here and Ginobili down here. It's not that much of a gap. It gotta be like this because Ginobili played in the trenches just like T-Mac played in the trenches. You know how hard it was in the Western Conference back then? Ginobili was averaging almost 20-something points a game when he was a starter in the Western Conference and in the playoffs. Even though T-Mac didn't really get a chance to get into the playoffs because certain teams he was on, but Ginobili always stepped up when it mattered. No matter if he came off the bench or he was a starter. I'm sorry. Y'all not going to discredit Ginobili like
I'm not going to discredit him, but I gotta go. Well, I gotta go. We all know that Tracy McGrady is actually better, far better player, probably a better player. You comparing a 25, a 30 point, a 27 point scorer per game. This man averaged 27 points on a bad team. On a bad team, he averaged almost 32 points per game on a bad team.
Where's the gap between AI and T-Mac then? Since you say T-Mac is a better player than Iverson, where is the gap? Is it like this or
the gap is not between them two? The gap is close. They both were scores. The gaps were close between them two. Now Iverson been on a little bit more better team, been on better teams than Tracy McGrady. The gap is close between McGrady and Iverson. Like I say, that the gap is close between them two, but not Ginobili, not Horry. Now the gap is not even close, really. Actually, to those.
If Iverson was T-Mac size, do you think T-Mac could still be better with the same skill set Iverson has with T-Mac size? Do you think it would still be even?
If Iverson's size was pretty good, he'll be more unstoppable. But he'll be more unstoppable. I'm not just saying that because he played for the Rockets. I'm not saying that just because he played for the Rockets. Come on, dude. That don't make sense. But I'm saying something because he played for the Rockets. Come on, bro. Chill out.
Because it's the era of basketball that was played back in the 2000s.
That's the era of basketball because he played in. I was born in 90. So I watched Tracy McGrady. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I lived through it too in the 2000s. Like the 2000s was a different brand of basketball. I think it was like more physical, if I'm not mistaken, too, back then.
a kid, you can't. But before for a kid, you can't say. Well, not you saying, but you can't really put up there and say all Iverson teams was better than T-Mac teams because Iverson struggled with nobody for a long time
That
before
is
they
true.
anybody over there. Iverson was the leading stealer, almost the leading rebounder, the scorer, the passer. He basically had, especially his first 4 or 5 years, he basically had to do everything. Everything until he got to really the Kembe Mutombo really came and helped him out on defense for real, because you really can't credit Eric Snow, you really can't credit Aaron McKee. Larry Hughes ain't stay that long. What was the other dude from North Carolina? I forgot his name. He left. It wasn't too many people that really supported that really
You also have Mutombo too at the same time.
The next highest scorer.
He had Tyreek.
No, what the hell is this? Oh my God, Tyrone Hill.
Tyrone Hill, George Lynch.
God,
that team was more defense than anything. Iverson had to carry the load for them. He had to score 40. Method when Ray Allen was on the Bucks that year, Iverson damn near had to score 40 every game to beat them.
pretty much.
Scoring.
He pretty much carried that team on his back until
his whole career. He carried the Sixers his whole career.
That's true.
But I'm not taking nothing away from T-Mac. What I'm saying is
T-Mac is a good player on his own. I mean, that's because think about it this way too. There were certain games like he was just a walking 3-point bucket. That's all.
He did it on my Spurs, and I wasn't even mad because T-Mac is that type of player. I just feel like the injuries killed him. That's how I feel about Grant Hill. If Grant Hill in his prime, the injuries messed him up in his prime because Grant Hill was on a run. And then soon as his knees went out, his legs, his career slowed down because of them injuries. I feel like if Grant Hill and T-Mac would have never got hurt, they both would have been in it.
Oh, definitely.
Now I'm just saying, like in Orlando, T-Mac was literally had no help in Orlando. That's what burnt them out in Orlando. T-Mac was the only reason Orlando is goddamn irrelevant. T-Mac was the only reason Orlando was irrelevant in making those playoff appearances because he constantly had to put the team on his back. On his back every single. This man had a 33-point per game season. A 33-point per game season. Kawhi Leonard can get hurt every year. He gets hurt every year. He almost was out for 2 years. I agree. He deserves to be on the list. There's a lot of Brady was a straight fucking demon in Orlando.
Oh,
he was the reason why that team was on the map. They won 19 games, went 19-61 in Orlando. And Tracy McGrady was half of that. Tracy McGrady was half of those wins.
Ooh, see, I wouldn't know about that because I think that was before my time.
Yeah,
but
Two different players.
If you take Iverson off the Sixers, do they make the playoffs or even the finals?
No, they don't make it. You take McGrady off the
Orlando
Magic, they even worse.
Because
if
you think about it, because T-Mac before he went to the Rockets, he was the Orlando Magic, pretty much carrying that team. Same with AI with the Philadelphia 76ers before we traded him away into 2003, if I'm right, Key. I'm thinking Denver. When did we trade him, or did we let him walk in free agency?
No, we traded him. No, we didn't trade him. It was free agent pickup.
Oh, free agent pickup. Okay, I swear to God, I thought we traded him. And speaking of Coach Spotlight in the chat,
I look at it like this. I'm gonna just say this. I'm not discrediting T-Mac. I feel like the injuries didn't hurt him. His career would have been better. And I feel like the type of offense that he had, I feel like he should be on there because a lot of the players from the 75th anniversary said he should have been on there. And a lot of them not going to say he should have been on there if he shouldn't have been on there. A lot of analysts said T-Mac should have been on there. But Donte, that Damian said is T-Mac better than Scottie Pippen.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I had a Tracy McGrady jersey from Orlando.
I got a quick question, and I'm gonna get right off. Right? If Tracy, so I'm looking at the comparison between Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, right? Tracy McGrady averaged more than Vince Carter, but Vince Carter has more total points in his career than Tracy McGrady.
McGrady got career got cut.
It did on top of that. I'm not, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Tracy McGrady. I just think, like my brother Tay Rock said, I just feel like people fail to forget who was really the face in Toronto. It was Vince Carter, then it was T-Mac. You had your Batman, you had your Robin. T-Mac was the Robin of that Toronto team. Let's just be realistic here. If you didn't have Vince Sanity in Toronto, T-Mac would not be able to take on that franchise by himself. Let's just be realistic there. And me and my brother know a person that knows Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady as their family members. We know this. So with that being said, I feel like T-Mac right now is not on that top 75 list. But is he top 100? Yeah, he's top 100. But he's top 75. Do I take only person I'll probably take out to add Tracy McGrady, I'll take out James Harden and put McGrady there. That's the only person I'll probably do that. I say that I don't think James Harden right now, it should be a top 75 player all time. Not right now.
How you feel about Ginobili? You think he should be in there?
Yes. I think Ginobili and Tony Parker should be in there. If you're gonna put international players in there, if you're gonna put Dirk in there, you damn sure gotta put Tony Parker in there. That's a fact.
Only reason why I would say put Ginobili before Parker is because Ginobili was more, even though Tony Parker ran that offense the best way you could run that offense, Ginobili was like the glue between Parker, Duncan, and all of them. He was like that glue between all of them. That's what.
Yeah, that was just the best combination you had for the Spurs. And either way you look at it, I mean, they're both. I mean, obviously, I know Ginobili was a better scorer, but they both can get buckets.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it goes, Mitch says, "Oh, T-Mac again."
T-Mac, what?
Mitch is in the chat.
I don't know.
Yeah, makes another guy I think needs to get more respect on his name for a guy for another big man.
Like
maybe
if they do 100-year anniversary, T-Mac has to be in there.
Oh, he has to. There's some names that should be in the top 100.
I feel like Clay and all of them going to be in the top 100. I feel like they can reach the top 100. I feel like they can. But I feel like, don't get me wrong, Kawhi, like Coach said, even though Kawhi get hurt, he was defensive player of the year before. He got a couple championships. But his reign started in San Antonio, and I don't feel like you should put. I feel like Ginobili should have got him before him. Ginobili should have got him before Kawhi. I don't care, even though the defensive player of the year, I just feel like them two should have got in.
All right. Any last words before we move on? Because we can be on this thing all night.
I just wanted to get on here just to talk about that, but I'm headed out now.
All right. So Dragic signs with the Nets. That I guess that's a good pickup for them because they this is how they know Ben Simmons ain't gonna play point guard. Ben Simmons not playing point guard, so they had to pick up Gordon Dragic. Kyrie can't play home games. That was another pickup. CP3 is out 6 to 8 weeks with an injury. Is this gonna hurt the Suns?
I don't think so. You know why? I believe because they got that team with a structure. Even though Chris Paul runs that offense, I still think they could win without Chris Paul. Because Chris Paul is known to get hurt certain times of the year, maybe at certain times in the playoffs. But that Phoenix Suns team with Booker, Ayton, Bridges, I feel like they can still compete. Now, certain teams they might lose to without Chris Paul, yes, like maybe like Warriors or certain like Bucks or something. But I feel like out of 6 to 8 weeks, what's that like? 30 games, like 20 something, 30 games.
Between 20 something, 30 something games. I don't like. But yeah, that is very true because it's like they also got a strong bench. They got a very strong bench, so I think it was going to help them. I don't think it's really going to hurt them that much, but I feel like like Taylor said, he pretty much runs that damn offense, and I think. I mean, then we got this guy pretty much probably probably what could have been a Sixers coach, but Monty Williams has pretty much has done a really good job over there building that structure. I mean, like you say, you got Bridges, Devin Booker. That's a complete team. Even though you may not have Chris Paul for 6 to 8 weeks, that's still a complete team. Even though they're missing Chris Paul for a good chunk of time. That's all I gotta say.
Donte, do they miss out with Chris Paul?
I think they're gonna lose some competitive games. I think they're gonna lose some. I don't think it will hurt them that much because you got a lot of depth on that bench and Holiday. You got JaVale McGee, Cameron Payne. So you got depth. You got depth as well, and you pretty much got a pretty good starting five. In Devin Booker and Aiden and Bridges and stuff like that. It shouldn't be a drop off by a long slide. And some games it's gonna hurt them down the stretch, but it's not gonna be a major drop off. It's not gonna be a major drop off.
Kyle, does the Suns lose their number one seed while CP3's out?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna hurt them.
I think that was probably Kyle Mike, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting it fixed. No, Damian Grant Hill was not on that list.
As I was saying, I think it's gonna hurt him. But people forget about Cameron Payne, how good he was in the playoffs. Down the stretch. Yeah. I mean, I think the playmaking. Who's gonna play make down the stretch when you need a bucket. I don't think all the time that Devin Booker is gonna be there. So I think it's gonna hurt him more than many people think.
All right, so we are going to do again. We're not going to do fact or fiction tonight. That's everybody's favorite game. But we're going to do a little switch up. We're going to do pretenders or contenders. The second half of the NBA is coming. No more All-Star break. So just let me know. We're going around who is a pretender and who is a contender. Let's start with Boston.
Before y'all say anything, I gotta bow out at the moment. I gotta do a few things before I clock out. Cause I'm off tomorrow. I'm trying to get all
your rounds.
Rounds. I'm still on the clock, but I come on. Know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna holler at y'all. Maybe tomorrow or Thursday might slide on the fadeaway. Thursday. You know what I'm saying. Me. You come get all the smoke on Thursdays. Know what I'm saying. So inside the locker room. You know what I'm saying, Rob, you want to come on in and get the smoke. I know y'all see you like to take over shows and want to debate. If you want to come get some smoke, you can learn how to. I'll take over the next show too. But my Stephen A. Smith voice, buddy. Y'all have a rest of good show. I'm gonna be watching from afar. So y'all have a good night.
You too, Tay Rock.
All right, Tay.
Boston, pretenders or contenders? Let's start with Donte.
They're definitely pretenders. They're not contenders. They're definitely pretenders. I think they may be a 6 seed, but it depends on the matchup they get in the first round. It depends on the matchup, but they're pretenders, man. They're pretenders. They're not contenders.
Robert,
I'm gonna go with pretenders because if you looked, I know this is the second half, but you looked at how they played it in the first half, like something's not right. I don't think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is gonna. I don't think that combination is gonna last long. I'm sorry. I feel they're going to find a way to break that combo up.
Kyle.
Yeah, I think they're pretenders. Look at their depth. Nothing jumps out. Romeo Langford, Payton Pritchard. I mean, who's gonna come off the bench and really score? So they're gonna be pretenders.
How about Toronto? Are they pretenders or contenders, Robert?
Where are they at in the Eastern Conference as it stands?
They're 7.
7. I think the pretenders. I feel that Okay, so in the play-in, I think they're pretenders. And I don't think, I mean, they got some good talent on that team, but it's just, I feel like they're incomplete. Pascal Siakam has not been the same since his time, because that obviously with that championship, it was that 2019, 2018. He has not been the same since then. And obviously with Kawhi left, that also hasn't helped. Fred VanVleet has really kind of came up on his own. And there's some other ones that I'm kind of forgetting as well at the top of my head, but I feel like they're pretenders, but they have the way that they had that talent, they're potential contenders. So right now, pretenders as it stands.
Donte.
They're pretenders, man. Pascal Siakam has been balling a lot lately. He's been playing pretty good, but not as at par as he's been in the last couple of years. But he's still a pretty good 21 point per game score. He's pretty good. But I think the team overall, they're pretenders, man. They're not better than Toronto, better than Philly. They're not better than Philly. They're not better than Chicago, not Miami. So yeah, they're gonna be pretenders, man. They're gonna be in that play-in area. They're gonna be in the play-in tournament, probably.
About the Nets. Are they contenders or pretenders? Who want to take the floor?
I'm going to go pretenders because they're going to find a way to they're going to find a way to screw it up. And the fact that they're not going to have two technically Ben 10 is now he's going to be known. I think that's going to kind of I think if that's already starting to backfire on them already as it stands. And the fact that and if it does say if it comes to home games, they don't have Kyrie to play. I don't think, and plus not having Kyrie for home games, it's going to hurt. And I think Dragic, I think he's still a good player, but how much does he have left in the tank though? Was he like 33, 34, give or take?
Right.
I just think the fact that with the way that the Nets have been and the kind of the track record they have, they want to always find a way to fall up short. That's just how the Nets are.
Kyle, what you think?
Yeah, basically what he said. Kyrie playing half games. I mean, you don't have that, stud with KD out. I mean, I think Cam Thomas is great. He's a young piece, but he doesn't have experience, closing games. So I think they can be contenders, but I'm gonna label them as pretenders for now.
How about Minnesota?
Ooh. That is
seven.
okay. Seventh.
Right now.
I'm gonna go for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna go NA until I see their roster, until I see them fully legit.
Okay.
I don't want to say they pretenders or contenders yet. I'm gonna go NA until I see their full roster. So the verdict is still out. Minnesota, they're pretenders. They're not contenders.
Yeah, I'm going with pretenders as well because
I'm not gonna say they're better than Phoenix.
They have potential to become contenders because we saw what Carl Anthony Cat can do. And, obviously Anthony Edwards is still a stud for them. Still got Patrick Beverly, probably one of the scrappiest players in the NBA. D'Lo has just been kind of going off for them. I mean, and it's just crazy to think where they're sitting at in the, they're in the Eastern Conference, right?
No, they're in the West.
Really? I thought they were in the Eastern. Oh, I might be wrong.
They've always been in the West.
Oh, well. But yeah, I mean, it's like the fact that they're holding their own in the Western Conference is impressive as it is, despite the fact they had to bring in a new GM, a new head coach, and a new coaching staff, and the fact where they're sitting at now. I mean, I'm impressed.
All right, so who's the team to look out for in the second half?
Does it have to be for other conference?
Either conference.
For me, I feel like Western. I feel like Golden State's going to go on a run. I feel they're going to take the number one spot over the Phoenix Suns because obviously not having Chris Paul, I feel that's going to hurt them just a little bit. But the fact that what Golden State is capable of on a good night, it's there. I think Golden State is a dangerous team to look out for. Eastern, I'm going to go with the Miami Heat because I feel like with their start, even without their starting five, they're still such a dangerous team. Not just how it is.
I'm gonna go with Memphis, and I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I'm not.
Ooh.
I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick a top contender. So I just want to go. I just want to go with Memphis and Cleveland, man. I really
Okay.
like what Cleveland is doing.
I
I
respect
really
that.
like if Colin Sexton can come back, give some pretty good scoring to them. I think that's gonna add a little bit more to them. And I just want to see Ja Morant. I just want to see Ja Morant and Memphis go up another level in this coming out in the second half. And the Bucks will be interesting too. I still think the Bucks are contenders. I still think the Bucks are contenders. I think they will have a hot second half. So I agree with Damien on that. By the time I agree with you on
Oh yeah,
something,
Bucks
I
are
think
always been in constant contenders for the last couple handful. Was the last 3-4 years, give or take? Oh shit.
Kyle, who's your team to look out for in the second half?
Yeah, I think the Hawks and Dallas have like Dallas for a couple of years
Okay.
now, so they can make a
I like
run.
that.
And
Ooh, I respect that.
yeah.
All right, so March is coming up. You know, everybody's favorite time of year, especially if you are college um, gurus.
Yes,
March
sir.
Madness. We all know the conference titles and championships is going to be coming down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all know Donte, he's been calling some great games. Make sure y'all check out Spotlight Sports Streams, and catch Coach Donte doing all of your conference games. And Villanova is winning by 2,
Let's
65
go.
63. 147 left in the second half.
Oh,
So
geez.
it's
Yeah,
a
they're
close
playing
game
UConn.
between Nova and UConn right now. But Juwan Howard,
Ooh, okay. That's gonna be
um,
interesting.
he had a little kerfuffle
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the match, at the end of the game the other night. He got suspended for 5 games.
I think they suspended it for the rest of the regular season, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he's done for the remaining.
Yeah,
That's
he's
season?
from,
done for the
yeah,
season.
that's
I
what
think it's
from the
5
report I
games
saw.
though, still.
I saw 5 games. So
I think that might be the
That's the season. That's the regular
yeah,
season.
yeah. That's the end of the regular season.
oh well.
So I mean, still the same thing.
Why can't you just say he's suspended for the rest of the damn season? Don't say 5 games like we got 5 games left. But was that the right call? Do you think it should be more than 5? Should do it go into next season?
I think this is the right call because it's like, and I don't think Juwan Howard is not that bad of a basketball coach for Michigan, and I think this is the first time I've seen him kind of act out of line. Like, say if he struck in one of his own players, that would have been a whole different situation. But the fact he laid his hands on the opposing assistant coach, I think, and I think Jake said this best too. I think if you try to fire Juwan Howard, you're kind of thinking irrationally. I think what Michigan did, I think, was the more rational move to kind of really just let Juwan Howard put him in his place, so to speak. I think being a suspension, I thought, was a good disciplinary action for Michigan to take.
Oh wow! I'm sorry, I'm looking at stuff. I didn't guess who's taking Juwan Howard's spot for the next 5 games.
Phil Martelli. God.
Okay, St. Joe's.
Oh,
Connect.
jeez.
Okay. So I had to get that out. I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely. Any more thoughts on Juwan Howard?
Yeah, I think it's the right call because they're not making the damn tournament any damn way. So again, I think it's going to be the right call. I think it's going to be the right call.
Ahead.
That's pretty much top of the season right there. And plus we got a vacation playing without the tournament any damn way. So yeah, they may play in the Nick tournament. I don't know that for sure, but they definitely won't be playing in the NCAA tournament unless they win their conference title. Unless they win the conference championship, that's the only way they're playing in the field of play.
Kyle, any thoughts on Juwan Howard's suspension?
Yeah, I mean, you don't do that at any time in any sport, no matter the circumstances. I've never seen that, recently. But, pertaining to that, I mean, Michigan's right on the bubble, right on the cut line. To do that kind of disturbs, what Juwan Howard thinks of this season, and he just threw it away. So it's just kind of bad look on Michigan.
All right, so again, the brackets are going to be setting up soon. Everybody is going to be on the edge of their seat, seeing what seeds you're going to do. So who's the top 4 seeds?
Ooh,
who's the top 4? Who's y'all top? Who should be top four?
Well,
In
we all know number one is going to be Texas. I know that for a damn sure.
For basketball,
For basketball,
no, it's not gonna be Texas. We way behind them.
really?
Yeah, we not. No, we not that
Oh,
good.
that
We not, we're
I'm
average.
sorry. I'm thinking baseball. God damn it!
Not baseball. We number one.
baseball, they're number one.
Baseball, we the truth.
I'm
We the
sorry. I
truth.
got college baseball in my mind right now.
Yeah.
But
So
oh
the
god, that's
top
tough.
Gonzaga
Let
is gonna
Dante
be
go
a
first.
top seed.
Robert, hold up.
You talking about the top go from 1 or just 1 through 4?
Like the top four.
Top four.
All right,
Top
so because
four
you're gonna
number
have
one.
a lot of number one seeds in different regions. So you got Auburn. I think they're gonna probably be a 1 seed. That's one right there. Gonzaga's gonna be a 1 seed. I think Baylor may be a 1 seed, and I think Purdue. I'm gonna go with Purdue. I'm a sneaking wild card
Ooh.
for Purdue, even though I don't. I think they struggle a little bit. They struggled against Rutgers the other day until Jaden Ivan acted like a pit bull in the third half. And they got some great big man. Matt Painter, the head coach, gets some great produce some great big man. Kansas has a chance, but I think they're going to be more of a 2 seed. I think Auburn's going to be a 1 seed. I think definitely Gonzaga's a 1 is going to
Mhm.
definitely be a one seed. And I'm gonna take UCLA. They may be a 1 seed in their region, but
Ooh, I like that.
they play more like a 2 seed though.
Robert,
Wait.
who's your one?
Ooh, that's so. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going with Dante a little bit because I know Auburn's going to be 1 seed because of how the record is. Gonzaga, I mean, obviously with probably one of a potential NBA prospect in Chet Holmgren, they're going to be a 1 seed. Baylor, you could probably make an argument for. I mean, and I think that they played some good games throughout this entire year. Purdue, I don't know, but I think I like what I saw from Jaden Ivey. Like that's super. I'm gonna have to agree with Dante because I think those 4 teams right there are probably the best, be the top number 1 seeds, and because it depends. Like Dante said, it depends on the region. But with those 4 regions, I mean, those are your 4 top 4 number 1 seeds.
Kyle.
Yeah. I don't think Auburn's a 1 seed. Might rather some feathers. I'm gonna go with Gonzaga, Arizona, Kansas, and Wisconsin.
Ooh,
I like that bold move.
that's very interesting.
I like that. I like that bold move that he put on.
Ooh.
Wisconsin actually not a bad team. That's a pretty decent squad. That's a pretty good squad. I like that.
That's interesting.
So who's going to be the team to watch for in the tournament?
Oh shit!
You know what I'm gonna go with? I really love this team, bro, and I've been watching this team. Arkansas is really fucking good, man. They got that guard. They beat JD Note is a pretty good scorer. He has the ability to take over ball games. You got Tony, who's a great energy player, great rebounder. They got Davis, who's a good shooter, who's a pretty decent shooter. Jaden Williams, who's small from his size, about 6'9", who's a pretty good pick and pop shooter and rebound. I'm really feeling this Arkansas team, and I think they can make a pretty decent run to the probably a League 8 Sweet 16 type of run in the tournament. So I'm really liking Arkansas, and they also got a great coach who used to coach for Nevada, Eric Musselman, who's a pretty good coach. So I'm really sold on Arkansas pretty much.
Arkansas beats Florida tonight. 80.
They played Florida. They played Florida tonight, and they beat Auburn when they were number 1. They beat Auburn.
Yeah.
So they got a pretty good resume out of conference and in conference. So I'm really like Arkansas.
Robert, who's your team to watch out for?
You know, this is where my bias is going to come in. I'm actually looking out for Nova because I like for the kind of players that they have on that squad. You know, Colin Gillespie, I think I have really high hopes for him. Moore's been a good, he's been something else for them. But I think for like a power forward in their 5, but then again, also having under Jay Wright and the kind of team that they have, I think at best where I see Nova, I think Sweet 16 to Elite 8. But if they make it, I'm kind of agreeing with Donte. That's how I see where this Novus team's going.
Kyle, who's your the team to watch out for, or sleeper, I should say?
South Dakota State. Jackrabbits.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, they're 27-2 in their conference, and overall they're only one loss in the
Jeez.
conference. I mean, they're probably at large bid at this point. It's a team that can make a Sweet 16 Elite 8 run, kind of like Loyola Chicago a couple years ago.
Okay.
Are they going to be the Cinderella? You know, every tournament has a Cinderella.
Yes, go with it.
Are they going to be the
Yeah.
Cinderella team?
Yeah, they should be. I mean, look at their record and their resume. All signs pointing towards that.
Yeah, and Loyola Chicago, they good. They can be probably.
Oh yeah,
good pretty much
I think the last time
any decent conference. Chicago is pretty good, man. I think they can make it to at least a Sweet 16. They are pretty good. They're fundamentally sound.
Wow, South Dakota. I would never get South Dakota. Ooh, that's wow. That took me by surprise.
What team is good enough to get in but isn't? What you did that one team that's not going to get in?
I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go with Florida. But I think the window is kind of open a little bit because they beat Auburn. I don't know if they lost to Arkansas tonight. Last time I checked, Arkansas was winning by 3. But Florida, I think they're not. I don't think the committee is going to put them in. Another team, Oklahoma State can't even be tournament eligible. They can't even play in the NC. They can't even play in the Big 12 tournament title. That's a pretty good team, competitive team. You already got 7 teams in the Big 12 in the tournament if the tournament starts today. So if you count Oklahoma State, that may be the 8th team in the tournament based on resume. And the Big 12 probably the best conference in all of college basketball, even though the SEC did beat the Big 12 head to head. And I think even though I know this team is going to get in, LSU, but they've been struggling, man. They've been struggling. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have to go with those wild cards right there. May not get in the tournament, but Florida may have to win their SEC tournament just to get in. I think they're on the boat. I think they're off. I don't think that's a team that really is gonna actually make it. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did make the tournament.
Robert, who's not getting in?
I know LSU's not going to get in because, like Donte said, they're struggling. And Florida did lose to Arkansas. 82-74. So the question, like if you do, because and like Donte said, because obviously Florida is on the cusp of not making it, and I think they have a good team. I really truly believe that Florida has a good team, and I think they have a chance to manage to sneak in if they win their college or their title game, the SEC title game. If they can do that, I mean, I think that's the team that's going to get in. But right now, for me, I don't see LSU making it. I mean, it's just, I really hate to say it.
Yeah, Indiana Hoosiers.
Ooh.
They've lost 5 straight. Even toward Northwestern, a team that's in the bottom of the conference. It's just not looking good in Mike Woodson's first year at Indiana. Another one is Rutgers. They've looked hot recently, but you can't hide the fact that they lost Lafayette, a quad 4 loss, and one quad 3 loss. I just don't think they get in.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with you, but I also wouldn't be upset if they do get in the field of play because they do got some top quad wins too. They also do got some top quad wins, and they also got some terrible losses. I think North Carolina is going to get in, but I really don't think they actually deserve to even get in the tournament. They have some nasty losses as well too. To beat a good team like that, Caleb Love is not panning out what he's supposed to be in college. Armando Bancada has been good from here and there, but I really don't feel like that North Carolina should be even in the tournament. I know they're going to put them in the tournament. They also have some terrible losses. They shouldn't even lost. But yeah, definitely agree with that. But I won't be surprised if they put Rutgers in because they do got some quad 1 wins. They do got a pretty decent resume, but their losing resume is not even good. That could be the knock on them in the committee. That could be the knock on them. They're losing quad 1 quad losses, but their quad 1 wins is very good.
So Damien says not to change the subject. Speaking of college, what's your thoughts on the CFB delaying playoff expansion to 2026?
Wait, when was this?
All right, I didn't hear
I
that.
have not heard any news about that. I fucking
Where'd you hear that at, Damien? You just
because
you pulling fake news out? But one other thing I forgot to talk about when we was talking about the NFL, Jarvis Landry looks like he doesn't want to stay in Cleveland. Now, did this prove that it's Baker Mayfield? Is he the problem?
Hell yeah, he's the problem. Why you think Odell Beckham left and went to go get a championship? Hell
yeah,
yeah,
Baker is the problem.
He is the problem of that team. He can't get the ball to the wide receivers. He can't get the ball to them. So hell yeah, that's not. I'm done with that answer. I'm gonna say hell yeah. He's definitely the reason.
Well, actually, yeah. So USA Today,
Okay.
reported an article about it.
Vince McMahon of the Spotlight Sports Network says the organization is the problem.
Well, that too.
Where does Jarvis go?
Ooh,
that would be more
that's.
tough.
Let's see, because it's not the Saints because they're in cap hell.
Yeah, the Saints can't get nobody. They're in cap.
The Rams, they're 20 million, almost 20 million over the cap last time I checked. And despite the fact I had someone in fighting me in the comment section telling me they they can't. I think the biggest cap hit right now you could probably think from what I saw is Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp. Those probably are the two biggest cap hits, and I think Kupp's market value is like a little bit over 40.5 million. I was like, I mean, makes sense, but it's just like Los Angeles. I mean, I thought Los Angeles, but I don't think they have that much money to spend. Because I think they're a little bit over 19 million over the cap. But that is tough. Maybe
you know what?
I say Philly needs to take a shot. Because I think he's still a good wide receiver, a good veteran wide receiver that we need.
All right, so I'm gonna go Chicago. I think they can use a receiver. Allen Robinson definitely leaving. Pittsburgh. Could be a target. Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't think he's going to be there. Pittsburgh could be a target. It's another team I was thinking. Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay because Godwin's not going to be there. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's on a franchise tag. If I'm correct.
Who Godwin? No, he's a free agent, ain't he?
No, I thought they franchise tagged him.
No, he's a free agent.
Okay. I swear, it's just like I remember they just franchise tagged him. So I might be going but yeah, it can be any of the teams. Chicago, I feel like it kind of just makes a little bit more sense because of the kind of culture.
Thank you, Max.
Really? Oh wow. Okay. See, Pittsburgh, I wouldn't mind because I think they, especially obviously with what they're kind of trying to build around there. Chicago. Oh, see, I feel it's going to come down to Pittsburgh and Chicago. It's going to be the two teams. It's just like who's going to outbid for Jarvis Landry. But for me, I say go. I think Pittsburgh. I think he's going to go to Pittsburgh.
Yes, I'm looking at the cap space now, and Aaron Donald 26 mil.
Is that the cap hit?
23. Stafford's 23. Leonard Floyd's 20. Cooper Kupp is 18. Andre Whitworth is 17, and Robert Woods is 15. But Whitworth may retire this year. I don't think Whitworth is coming back.
Yeah, I think he was like 41. He's got to be somewhere in his 40s.
Yeah, he's in his 40s. Landry to Baltimore.
Oh, I didn't think about Baltimore.
See, that's why I'm throwing multiple teams out too, because you gotta look at the situations and the people that you know they're gonna leave for sure. That's why Jaguars, Max. Will Landry want to be a part of a rebuilding squad though? Even though I think they will be down a receiver because of DJ Chark definitely is gonna leave. That would be a good spot, but does he actually want to be in a rebuilding situation or do he want to win? It just depends on his mindset though. It just depends on his mindset.
Oh, that's right. And you got to think too. Like, don't forget, the Chargers can come into play too. Because
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams is leaving.
Mike Williams won top dollar money. Are you serious? UConn won, some bitch.
I mean, I'm not worried about it. They won by 2.
The win's a win, though. Damn.
Well, the Flyers fucking still suck. They lost to the Blues 4-1.
Flyers
They're still trash. Just something. But I think, that is very interesting. Jaguars maybe, but I don't think that's a possibility. Baltimore, I think this sounds more realistic because we don't know the Hollywood Browns already gone to do something else.
I kind of disagree with my boy Burns' statement saying the Chargers are not a good team. I don't think their defense.
I think they're a talented team.
I don't think their defense is good. Their defense is not good.
Yeah, their defense is subpar.
Their defense is not good. It's their defense. I don't think their offense. I don't think the offense is the problem. I think the defense is.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it would hurt to get another veteran wide receiver.
You say what?
Jake would tell y'all otherwise.
Oh,
that's Jake. That's Jake. I know he'll tell us otherwise because that's Jake, and he critical about that team.
Sure.
I think they're an okay squad, man. I don't think they're a bad team. I
wouldn't be surprised if they took a chance on.
They were terrible at the run defense. They were terrible on run defense. They were god awful on run defense. They were.
There's a lot of draft.
There's gonna be a lot of free agents this coming off season.
I definitely can see the Jags making some moves. Shark wants 13
to 16 million.
What has he done?
Like, why is it like I say give him like fleece between 5 to 8 at the best for GJ Chark? Maybe. I mean, get some cheap. Jesus Christ. I think another guy, I think you could probably make an argument for it. Von Miller is another guy. I think a lot of teams are trying to make a move for him.
Landry to Detroit. No.
Well, oh shit. I don't know.
Wow. Warriors could offer Jordan Poole for. I mean,
hey, give it to him, man. I say he earns that. He earns that extension.
Definitely. Let me see. We got any closing things before Jaguars are going to make moves? Dougie P has. I think he gets some weapons for Trevor. I think he beats up that defense some. I guess I wouldn't be too surprised. Definitely the Jags are going to win more than 2 games this year. I'm not putting them in the playoffs yet.
But at least they'll be somewhat competitive.
Building. Hopefully they get an offensive line. Hopefully the
please protect
line. Jesus Christ. Save Joe Burrow.
Jesus. The fact that in 2 years that Joe Burrow has been sacked over 70 times, if I'm not mistaken, that is a problem. Oh, Jesus Christ. I feel bad for Joe Burrow, though. I really do.
Times in the playoffs? That's ridiculous.
Like 9 times you get the Titans, and you get sacked 6 times against the Rams. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know.
But definitely, there's a line, wasn't that bad. Wide receivers just could never get open. Okay.
Well, that too. And they're just O-line was just getting beat.
And he still got a bright spot in Josh Allen, so.
That is true. And a lot of teams are still kicking themselves for not drafting him.
So that was funny. Josh Allen intercepts Josh Allen.
Oh my God.
Josh Allen.
I say, am I in the Twilight Zone just watching this shit right now? But yeah. Oh, absolutely not.
God, no.
No.
They really be sacked. Jeez, not Jason Peters. He needs to go retire.
You cannot last 5 minutes on the field. Like I say, if someone knocks him over, it's like, oh, he's going to the locker room. It's like
Just like Detroit overpaid Vitae. Why did y'all pay him that? Because he won the Super Bowl? No, Vitae was trash.
Yeah.
But any final words?
Not really, but just I think this offseason is going to be very interesting, especially for all teams. I'm I'm probably even going to get my thoughts on a potential, get my thoughts on a potential Derek Carr contract extension. Kind of get my thoughts on that. I do think he deserves a contract extension because I think since the Raiders have a right system in place, and the fact that they have Patrick Graham to really help out that defense, I think the Raiders are making some good moves. I just feel like they're just not done yet.
I'm gonna say, man, it's another great 7,200 seconds. Can't wait to college basketball tournament play. Work on me and Kyle probably gonna do a stream on the conference championship games, conference tournament, March Madness. Me and Kyle gonna be we gonna come together and collab on that during the games, and we also gonna do March Madness tournament. When they announce the regions and stuff like that. We're gonna give our thoughts on that as well. So we're gonna come up
and don't forget too. Maybe we could give our reactions on where teams are in their seedings.
Oh, we gonna do all that.
I'm sure the network will probably follow the bracketology.
Yeah,
Selection Sunday.
And I really hope
Selection Sunday. Yeah.
I hope this year I can get my bracket right because oh God, I think you're gonna. I had Drexel.
I'm not doing the bracket. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because I had Drexel winning it all, and that screwed up my bracket.
You had Drexel winning it all.
I had to go with the underdog.
Oh my!
Wow.
I love it there, Robert. That was a bold move right there.
Hey, look, man. Look, I had. Was it Loyola Chicago? Was it a 16 seed at the time? Yeah, that was a different team. Oh God, I'm doing a blank here.
Yep.
I can't believe you had Drexel all the way.
I get another Philly school in there. Shit.
Yeah, and look out for the Liftoff podcast on the Spotlight Sports Network. We already discussed a deal up on there with me and my boy Max. That will be all Rockets, but we're gonna throw some teams up in there. We're gonna throw some teams up in there as well. But that podcast will be basically all Rockets Sunday at 11 o'clock. That will be a new podcast for the Spotlight Sports Network right there. So y'all, we got a bunch of activities for y'all play-by-play.
We got some good stuff coming to you guys.
That's all I want to say. But another great show. Shout out to my boy Kyle and Robert for being on the show with us today.
No problem.
Kyle, any last words people can find you at?
No, it was a great debut on the 1700 podcast. Excited for college basketball and Notre Dame and the Bulls, all my teams. It's great to be here and thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. There you go, Damian. You have another Bulls fan on a panel.
Yeah, Gooley have another Bulls. Chicago. Gooley got somebody to work with.
Yep.
So, but that is us Sixers fans can't wait to the second half to see what James Harden does. He might be playing Friday against Minnesota.
Yeah, it actually is confirmed that he is playing Friday.
Let's go.
And I'll oh, damn, Bernie. Yee, God damn. Oh, Jesus.
Not the Bulls.
I ain't saying nothing about the Bulls. Not gonna lie. This second half is gonna be interesting to watch, especially because obviously I got the Sixers and the Heat coming up when they're coming.
Number 3. Sixers are number 3 right now.
It's
going to be interesting, and they just signed Willie
Cauley-Stein.
Finally, the Bulls get some respect. Damn it! Shut up, Damian.
But I think, this is gonna be really fun. But
no, make sure y'all stay tuned. Still great shows here on the network. Tomorrow is the Fadeaway podcast at 6 o'clock. Make sure y'all come into that. Also, AEW live stream with Gooley on the network streams. Thursday is going to be Mitch calling the Nets and Bucks game. Donte will have the late game.
The Nets and Celtics.
Boston and the Nets.
And then you'll see me again on Saturday at 8:30.
Oh, for you and Tyler?
Mm-hmm.
Donte had the late game on Thursday, It is the
Oh,
Golden
right.
State.
Yeah. Me and Dante are the only ones who are doing on our separate channels at the same time.
And then let's see what else we got. Donte got another triple header on Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
Sunday too. Me and him are going to do the Sixers game, that 1 o'clock game.
And I'm debuting my first morning show at 8:30 on March 6th at 8:30 in the morning.
A lot of stuff was going
Yeah,
down.
we got a lot of stuff planned for you guys. Hey, Damien, I disagree with that statement. I disagree.
Oh, he know what happens when he talks about other people's teams.
But I'm just letting that be known.
Again, I appreciate everyone who was on here. Donte, of course. Robert, of course. Kyle, of course. Make sure y'all come on back every Tuesday, 8:30. Make sure y'all tune in. But we're going to head out. And as always, guys, we'll see you in another video. And I could never find the damn intro to go out. There we go. I got it. Have a good night, guys.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times 2. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news.